Welcome to, am I on now? Welcome to the December 12th, 2018 Board of Trustee meeting. We'll begin our meeting as we always do with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. Tonight's moment of silence is in memory and celebration of Sylvia Davis, mother of Trustee Mike Davis. Besides Mike, Sylvia was mother to Jerry, Debbie, Jeff, Marcy, and Terry, grandmother of Isidro, Louise, Deborah, Angelica, Rosa, Max, Anna, and Gabe, and mother-in-law of Alvira and Alex. Sylvia was loved by all who knew her and a great friend to the Little Sisters of the Poor. Rest in peace, Sylvia. You've run the good race. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so very much. All right, Mr. Luby, approval of the minutes?
Motion 2018-222, approve the minutes from the Board of Trustees meeting held on November 28th, 2018, and dispense with the reading.
I move motion 2018-222.
I second the motion. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion passes.
Motion 2018-223, approve bills for payment.
I move motion 2018-223.
I second the motion. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion passes.
Motion 2018-224, approve the payment of overtime for pay period ending December 4th, 2018.
I move motion 2018-224.
I second the motion. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion passes. Fiscal Officer report, please.
Resolution 2018-239, a resolution approving purchase order obligations incurred on behalf of the Township by the Township Administrator, authorizing payment of certain purchase order obligations and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution. Any discussion on the resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution. All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
As far as significant transactions since the last meeting, as far as deposits, on 11/30, we received an EMS reimbursement for $30,000. On 12/4, we received a cable franchise fee of $49,000. As far as disbursements, on 12/5, we cut a check to Northgate Ford for an Administration Explorer for $27,000. On 12/12, we cut a check to Pruce Construction for $100,000 for the 2018 road contract. And on 11/29, our payroll was $275,000. That's all
All
I have.
right. Thank you very much. Trustee correspondence, Trustee Seavey?
Yeah, it was a great story the other night on Channel 12 that I hope a lot of our residents had the opportunity to see. This was a young girl, Anna Cato is her name. She's a sixth grader at Rapid Run. And just on her own, she's a junior philanthropist, and she set out to collect 50 new toys for the Anderson Ferry Food Pantry and ended up collecting 150 toys. Now, this is a young girl, daughter of Sarah and TJ Cato, sixth grader, and she's certainly setting an example of what we hope Delhi community is all about. And the story was very nice. So if you get a chance, it's Channel 12.
All right, thank you. And I don't have anything. Just rest assured, we are very busy with meetings and year-end stuff and budgets, but we're watching out for our residents. Okay, administration.
Resolution 2018-240, resolution authorizing and entering into the governmental 457B plan adoption agreement with AXA Equitable Life Insurance Company to offer the Delhi Township 457B plan of deferred compensation in addition to the state-offered program that meets the requirement of Section 148.061 of the Ohio Revised Code, authorizing the Township Administrator to execute and deliver the necessary documents and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution. Any discussion on this resolution, Mr. Cameron?
Just brief explanation. We have Ohio deferred compensation, which employees we have to provide that. It's a non-taxed retirement program that you can put money into. This is another alternative, same type of thing, where you can do a deferred compensation. This AXA is active in a few other communities. Local governments are using them, which is how we got wind of them. We've explored this, some different options. So this just gives employees another avenue to put money in if they want to choose this over Ohio deferred comp. So we're just the pass-through entity for it, but we have to put it in place for it to be available.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution. All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Resolution passes. Parks and Recreation, we have nothing. Fire Department, nothing. Public Works, nothing. Police Department, lucky winner.
Resolution 2018-241, resolution authorizing the police chief to execute and deliver a quote by Axon Enterprises, Inc. for interview rooms, recording, related equipment and services, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution. Any discussion on the resolution, Chief Howarth?
This is Axon's version of audio and visual recording that will replace our MobileCom video recording inside our interview room at this police station and also a substation out at the firehouse. So it'll be a 5-year agreement. They'll install the product after the first of the year, and then we'll have a 5-year commitment on the support.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution. All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Resolution passes. Thank you. Community Development.
Resolution 2018-242, resolution amending zoning fees and zoning fee schedule pursuant to Section 197 of the Delhi Township zoning resolution and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution. Any discussion on the resolution, Mr. DeLong?
Yes, thank you very much. Staff has been looking at our fee schedule for the last year with the assistance of our, I can never say it correctly, service learning student from Mount St. Joe University. They did a lot of research for us to see what other communities locally were doing. When we looked at our fee schedule, we kind of felt we were really charging a high amount for our residents. We each would charge $50 per, like for instance, an accessory structure. If they came in and wanted to do a fence and a shed, it'd be a $100 application fee for them. A lot of them residents would kind of get turned away and hesitant of doing the work that they wanted to do on their properties just because of the fee amount. So what we have looked at doing is actually lowering those fee amounts for the residents to $25 for accessory structures to try to encourage them to do property improvements, which they want to do. $25 doesn't seem like much when they're spending a lot on a project, but it is very interesting to see their reaction when they have to get a permit. Then we're looking at our commercial area. While we want to encourage commercial development, our businesses were getting a big break on signage. Some of them are paying $10 for a sign. So our business community is paying minimal, our residents are paying a lot. So we're trying to come up with a common balance. And we spend a lot more time reviewing sign applications than we do any other application because there's a lot to go into them. So we were looking at raising those fees primarily from $100 plus $1.50 per square feet, or per square feet on top of that. Previously, it was only $1.50 per square foot. So it's kind of didn't make much sense to us. So, and then we kind of just looked at the entire structure of our fee schedule and just really broke it out so residents were clear on what fell under what category. So you see the schedule actually really extended quite a bit from what it previously was to clarify it for the residents. So we're hoping that this will encourage more development in the residential component of our community, make it more fair for the residents of our community, but we're still not overburdening our businesses with sign fees. Most communities, I can tell you where I previously worked, we charged $50 per sign. So if somebody came with 27 signs for a property, it was $50 per sign. So we were making almost $1,000 or whatever, on the fees. So we still feel like we're being fair. We're not overcharging people. We're not out to make money. That's not what our department is about. But we do need to comp our cost for review, and we do spend a lot more time on the sign reviews than we do the sheds and fences. So we're proposing this to you. Hopefully you agree with it, and if you don't, let me know, or if you have any questions.
It seems like you researched this, and this puts us in line with
Yeah,
comparable communities, so.
Our intern reviewed about 49 communities, so we're still a little bit behind other communities, but we don't want to jump it too much at this point, so,
Sounds like you were thorough.
yeah.
Thank
I
you.
move to dispense with the
Thank you.
second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution. All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-243, resolution certifying violation abatement expenses at 3907 Delhi Pike to the county auditor for assessment and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution. Any discussion on the resolution, Mr. DeLong?
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say for resolutions 243 through 245. As you can see in the photos, you'll see a before and after. This is properties we've already declared nuisances. The township had to go in and abate them. So you'll see the before and after photos on the screen.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution. All those in favor of the motion to dispense with second reading?
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-244, resolution certifying violation abatement expenses at 3950 Delhi Pike to the county auditor for assessment and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution. Any discussion on the resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution. All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-245, resolution certifying violation abatement expenses at 4011 Delhi Pike to the county auditor for assessment and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of the resolution. Any discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution. All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-246, resolution declaring a nuisance for accumulated debris at 4512 Hillside Avenue and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution. Any discussion on this resolution, Mr. DeLong?
Why I hate to have this address put on the screen because it looks like it's encouraging something. At last count, we had 42 mattresses on this property. It is a vacant property. The previous owner has deceased from our understanding, so or passed on. So it was in that condition this morning. It's in very bad shape down there, so we do request you declare it a nuisance.
Wow.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution. All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Resolution-
Yes, a question. How will they ever dispose of those? Because Rumpke has special requirements about mattress disposal.
We used Joe's Hauling
Okay.
as our
and he'll-
contractor. He'll take care of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
you're fine.
Resolution 2018-247, resolution providing for the removal of a junk vehicle at 4954 Alverno Valley Court and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution. Any discussion on the resolution, Mr. DeLong?
Yeah, we actually recently had this property in front of you for excessive vegetation and debris a couple months ago, and now you can see we have a junk motor vehicle in the driveway. So it was there as this morning, and so we do request you declare it a nuisance.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution. All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Resolution passes. All right. Citizen comments. We do have one person signed in this evening, Mr. Ed Capel on Timber Way, to talk about history and levy. Welcome. It's been a while.
Well, it has. And when this happens, you weren't even here.
I know.
Jim was and Cheryl was. Pete Landrum was and Will was and Mary Jane. On March the 26th, 2015, I came to this meeting and talked to you about the 2015 TIF and how I thought it would take money away from operating levies. And you guys told me that you thought I was incorrect. But you did ask me to stop in and see Jim the next day, which I did. And I think Greg DeLong might have been with you. Wasn't here, so.
Catherine was here at the time.
Okay, so We talked for a while, and Jim didn't say I was right, but he didn't say I was wrong. He was really kind of non-committal. But what happened is, in 2015, you put in a new TIF, a bunch of new property. So that property, in this year, when you had the fire levy on the ballot, and I didn't come up before the levy passed because I didn't want to be act like a coast person. $1,442,370 worth of new real estate came up on the 2015 TIF. At 3.45, that's $49,761, and I presume you share part of that with Oak Hills. So I don't know what your net number is of the 49, but what I do know is that had you not put that TIF in place, the levy would have been 3.31 to give you the same number of dollars you got from the added TIF. What that is you increase my taxes by 4% to cover what you TIF'd on the additional parcels. And that's going to continue every time you have an operating levy, because the TIF money, unless you rescind the TIF, will never come back to operations. So that's my point today. Although nobody said I was right in 2015, I'm telling you I was. Thank you.
All right, thank you. History lesson taken, thank you. There's no community events tonight?
Nope.
No community events, okay.
No Christmas parties? No Christmas. Okay.
Okay. Executive, we do have a need, or do we decide we have a need
Yes.
to go to executive session this evening? Mr. Luby.
Motion 2018-225 to retire to executive session to consider the appointment, employment, and/or compensation of the public employees of the township.
I'm in motion 2018-225.
I second the motion. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Motion passes. So we do want to make sure that you know we moved the next trustee meeting. It's not going to be on the 26th. It's on the 19th. It's next Wednesday. So not only did we move the date, we're moving it up an hour. So our meeting is next Wednesday, the 19th.
I saw that
at
typo.
5 p.m. Yeah. I know it says 6. It's 5. So just want to make sure everybody knows that. Okay. So thank you very much. Have a safe week and stay warm.